That's true, okay, that's why. We just have the speaker up there.
I mean, I think we did practice like literally 6 weeks. And it wasn't even 100%.
These are the pictures of a guy at 178 West Lake Shore.
Okay.
Pretty much complaining that they're not plowing.
Although
I'll show you why.
it doesn't fit in
I investigated that.
Well,
This is the neighbor.
yeah.
You did touch things.
This is his.
It looks too thick. Maybe.
Hey guys, we're gonna get started. Jonathan.
I'd like to call this meeting to order. This is the reorganization meeting. This meeting was advertised in the Daily Record and the Star Ledger, the official newspapers for the Township of Rockaway, on December 1st, 2022, and November 26th, 2022, respectively. Notice was posted on the official bulletin boards of the Rockaway Township, the township website, and the notice was filed in the office of the municipal clerk. Let's start with the flag salute.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I request a moment of silence to remember the service and sacrifices of the armed service members
Clerk,
and first responders.
if I could add, oh, go ahead, finish, I'm sorry.
Oh,
If
you
I
have the
could
floor.
add, I'd like to recognize the passing of somebody who's been a longtime resident of Rockaway Township and a 16-year veteran of our zoning board. Ray Tahan passed away this past week, so I'd like to recognize that.
Okay, now the roll call. Councilman Quinn?
Here.
Councilman Friedlander?
Here.
Councilman Brooks?
Here.
Councilwoman Noon?
Here.
Councilman Salberg?
Here.
Councilwoman Brooks?
Here.
Vice President, Councilman Sackett?
Here.
Councilman Kritz?
Here.
Change that order. Okay, I'd request a motion for a nomination of a council president.
No, you gotta do Rabbi Herson.
Oh, I apologize. Rabbi?
Good evening, Mayor, members of council, township officials, and staff and fellow residents. Just on a personal note, last time I was here in this type of format was 3 years ago. So to me, this is very monumental, that with God's help, we're going on to a higher and loftier stage after COVID, etc. Almighty, maker of heaven and earth. From time to time, at the outset of a new year, we cannot help but reflect. What is my mission in this world? I must have a purpose, but what is it? And for that matter, what is the purpose of all creation? We look to you, Father in heaven, as always, for guidance. And looking at the wonders of your creation, give us concrete answers. You created this world and each divine soul within it in such a curious manner. At the outset, you created massive amounts of animals, birds, fish, vegetation, stars, and planetary bodies, but only one man and one woman. This seems so odd. One man and one woman to inhabit the entire earth? Why not masses of human beings to inhabit the planet just like any other creation? But the lesson here is all-powerful. The remarkable design of creation is to teach eternally that every person is an entire world, and the entire world revolves around every single person. Every person is charged with a unique and critical mission, which directly affects the world and those who reside in it. That is why every human being is so precious in your eyes, and hopefully in the eyes of each and every one of us as well. To strengthen this foundational point even further, the biblical verse states, "A candle of God is the soul of man." Why is the soul of man compared to a candle? To teach you that the sole purpose of a soul's descent into this physical world is to illuminate it. And every godly soul has the power to do just that. Through acts of loving kindness and reaching out to those in need materially, emotionally, or spiritually, each of us, especially as we work together as one, can without doubt transform this material world into a caring, illuminated, and godly place. And this is the purpose of all creation. And if I may, it is most important to connect any inspiration with action. One such action is easy, but the impact is immeasurable. And that will be giving charity every day. A charity box can be obtained from many organizations, or a person can use a container or even a cup. Regardless of quantity, what's most important is thinking about another person every single day, or other people, and hopefully at the day's outset, changes the giver. Charity makes a huge impact on the recipient, but the impact upon the giver is much greater. This does not require lifestyle change, but it does change lives in a dramatic way. And in consultation with the mayor, there's a big charity box at the edge there, and that is gifted to the township, made by a very special local craftsman that I hope will do justice to bringing an awareness for people who just come into the municipal building for just quote-unquote mundane reasons. But to think about this concept, and of course where it's distributed is up to the township and so on, but this is very powerful. To remind everyone that giving charity reminds us of not only we have an obligation to ourselves and our families, but also to our neighbors and society in general. Help us, dear God, to enhance this message of charity, love, and caring to all people in our township and beyond. May God Almighty bless this sacred assembly and the reorganization of our township's government, and guide our township's leaders so that they can heighten the material and moral fiber of our blessed township. Thank you. A happy and healthy new year to each and every one of you, and may God bless you all.
Thank you.
Amen.
I'd like to request a motion to nominate the council the council president.
Clerk, 1 second, please. Before you did the roll call, you forgot a council member. I wasn't sure. Are they not here, or are they calling in? You didn't say.
That
You just
council
left them
member is
all.
not here.
Okay, so you
Correct.
should maybe say. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Councilman Vojtovich is not here.
Thank you.
No problem. I'd like to request a motion to nominate the council president.
I'll make a motion.
I make the motion to nominate Howard Kritz.
I recognize Councilman Quinn's nomination. I ask for a second.
Second that, please. Can we do a second nomination?
Councilman Quinn. Okay, being that there was a motion and a second, I request a roll call. Councilman Quinn?
Yes.
Aren't you supposed to take all nominations first before the vote?
I believe I would ask the attorney.
We're not obligated to. You can proceed with one, and then if that vote for some reason is unsuccessful, you can proceed to another nominee.
Councilman Quinn?
Yes.
Councilman Friedlander?
No.
Councilman Brooks?
Yes.
Councilwoman Noon?
Yes.
Councilman Salberg?
Yes.
Councilwoman Brooks?
Yes.
Councilman Sackett?
No.
Councilman Kritz? There are 6 ayes and it was 2 nays, correct? Okay. The motion passes. Councilman Kritz, you're the council president. They're both of them.
No.
Here we go. Yeah. Repeat after me. I, Howard Kritz,
I, Howard Kurtz,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties
all the duties
of the office of council president
of the office of council president
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
and that will I support, and that I will support
and that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and I will bear true faith and allegiance
and I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same,
and to the governments established
to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I would just like to thank the council for your continued vote of confidence. This truly is a very collaborative group, and I respect everybody and your opinions, and I thank you. Okay, moving on to the election of a council vice president.
I would like to make a nomination.
Motion, do I have a second?
Second that.
Jack Quinn, please.
Jack Quinn? Second, Jack Quinn.
Second, Jack Quinn.
Clerk, please take the roll.
I apologize, who was the second?
Adam.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Councilman Salper.
Okay. Councilman Quinn?
Yes.
Councilman Friedlander?
Yes.
Councilman Brooks?
Yes.
Councilwoman Newman?
Yes.
Councilman Selber?
Yes.
Councilwoman Brooks?
No.
Councilman Sackett?
Yes.
President Kritz?
Yes, that's 7 yeses, motion passes. Congratulations, Councilman. Vice President Quinn.
I gotta get sworn in. Can you handle it? Yeah, I got it. You got it? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Moving on to agenda item number 13, the mayor's address. Absolutely.
On behalf of myself, the council, and Rockaway Township Administration, I would like to welcome you to our annual reorganization meeting. It is my privilege to serve as your mayor, and I'm delighted to tell you about some of the things my team has accomplished in 2022. I also want to discuss some of the many things we are doing to maintain the high quality of life we enjoy here in Rockaway Township. First, I'd like to touch on fiscal responsibility. Funding the township's many needs in a fiscally responsible manner is a very important function of my team. To accomplish this, the township applied for grants throughout the year in order to offset the cost of large capital projects. In 2022, my staff successfully applied for grants that resulted in the township being awarded more than $4 million. A portion of the grants awarded were used to purchase new rescue boat for the fire department, 5 new police cars, turnout gear for the fire department, Ford Face House improvements, and health department programs and emergency safety management tools. In addition to grant opportunities, the township has realized greater sources of offsetting revenue by strengthening its shared services with other local governments, which generated much needed revenue, benefiting the local taxpayer. We have shared services for court, health, and DPW, which generate over $300,000 in revenue savings every year. The DPW introduced a new method of paving that saved the township almost $200,000. The Water and Sewer Division of DPW has been making great strides in the infrastructure of our system. As many of you know, those infrastructure needs are vast and encompass a lot. The entire township has been GIS surveyed. A hydraulic model is fully built and functioning for the water system. The department reduced the percentage of water loss from 40% to 26%. That's marketable. That's very big, which saves the township over $300,000 annually by implementing a leak detection survey. By fully implementing sewer line inspections and reviewing accounts, the departments recovered over $98,000. The township continues to pursue innovative ways to bring new ratables that are beneficial to our community. Last year, my administration provided the council a responsible budget which maintained fiscal accountability while supporting all of our infrastructure needs. The 2022 budget saw a tax reduction on the municipal portion of the budget for the average taxpayer. We also repurposed prior year ordinances to cover the costs of various township council capital projects for the year 2023, which will eliminate the need to issue any new debt. My administration will continue to be fiscally responsible for the 2023 budget. Public safety, very important to, I think, everybody behind me and everybody at this. Continue our efforts to preserve public safety is very important to me personally. This has been accomplished by hiring 5 Class 3 officers to protect our schools, upgrading the public safety radio system, camera upgrades, new cars for police department, promoting a captain, 2 lieutenants, and we are in the final stage of hiring 4 new patrol officers. Recreation and senior services. I am pleased to announce that our new turf field and parking lot Peterson Field was completed and will be ready for use by all of our recreation programs in 2023. It is such a pleasure to ride by Peterson Field and see the basketball courts, the tennis courts, the pickleball courts being used by so many residents, and I can't wait for the spring to see the turf fields being used. In 2022, we expanded several services we provide our senior residents, including new exercise classes, additional dial ride services, and additional funding. In addition, we are continuing to make improvements to our senior building, which are going to have renovations in the lower level in this upcoming year. Community engagement. I started a process when I became mayor of recognizing local businesses throughout the years in an effort to spark economic growth. With the help of Dave Dyer, I believe it's been very successful, and we will continue to expand these activities in this next coming year. Having members of our community actively involved in our government is something I want to focus on in 2023. As such, I will be identifying 2 new ad hoc advisory committees, populated mostly by members of our community. I'll be talking about them later in my report. Communicating our accomplishments and utilizing technology to improve services are just a part of my administration. Making the township services accessible to all residents, especially those that are not able to come to a municipal building during traditional business hours, is important to me. I will continue to communicate and improve our technology to keep our residents informed and have access to the information they desire and need. I encourage all residents to sign up for our Recycle app, our Rave Alerts, and the township website to receive up-to-date information. I would like to encourage anyone who wants to get involved to sign up for openings on our boards and there's openings on our committees if you want to volunteer. So what's on the lookout for 2023? My administration is fully engaged in planning for 2023 already. Some of the activities you'll be seeing bid out for in 2023: Parks Lake Memorial improvements, water utility building construction, water tank maintenance program, senior building lower level improvements, Queen Road improvements, Ford Face House improvements. We are also looking into Phase 3 at Peterson Field. Plans for repaving Parks Lake walking path, replace a park at Lake Telemark, designing a walking path at Egberts Lake, increasing recreation programs, increasing senior programs, paving roads, building Well 8, cameras at our parks, and many more capital projects are on the outlook. In closing, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the department heads, supervisors, employees, and volunteers for the excellent services they provide to our wonderful community. I want to thank my colleagues on the council for their continued support and welcome their guidance in our future endeavors. Finally, on behalf of myself, my wife Suzanne, and the rest of my family, I would like to thank all of you for your continued support and help in making Rockaway Township a great place to live, work, and raise a family. Wish everybody a Happy New Year, and let's get on with the meeting.
Okay, moving on to agenda item number 14, the mayor's appointments.
All right. Should I be reading the whole thing? Yeah. So my first appointment is Clean Community Coordinator. It's a 1-year term ending 12/31/2023, and that will be Cara Salina. Our Recycling Coordinator, a 1-year term ending 12/31/2023, Al North. Our Community Development and Revenue Sharing Committee, their 1-year terms ending on 12/31/2023. Our regular member is going to be Peter Tabbitt. Our alternate member is going to be Howard Kritz. Planning Board, Class 1 member, 1-year term ending 12/31/2023, myself. Class 2 member, 1-year term ending 12/31/2023, Captain Robert Shear. Class 4 member, 4-year term ending 2031/2027, Douglas Romaine. Alternate, 2-year term ending 12/31/2024, Laura Chavella is the first alternate. The second alternate is a vacant position, and that term expires 12/31/2023. So anybody watching, if you're interested, we have a vacancy on the planning board for an alternate. Shade Tree Commission, 1-year term ending 12/31/2023, Deborah Harrington, Kevin Casco, and we have 3 vacancies. So again, if you're interested in getting involved. Environmental Advisory Committee, 1-year term ending 12/31/2023, Gerald Applebaum, Judith Brown, Mark Hiller, Douglas Bratton, Yoginder Gupta, Erin DeCourt, and we have 1 vacant opening position there. Municipal Alliance Committee, 1-year term ending 12/31/2023, Susan Gabe and Brenda Budd. Emergency Management, 1-year term expiring 12/31/2023. The coordinator is Captain Shear. The first deputy is Chief McParlin, and the second deputy is Bert Parks. Safety Delegate is Chief McParlin and Captain Paul Riley. Local Planning Council, 3-year term expiring 12/31/2025 is myself. Do I have to read through all these names? Business Administrator, Emergency Management Coordinator, Deputy OEM, Deputy OEM 2, Council President, Council Vice President, Council Engineer, Township Council, Township Construction Official, Director of Public Works, Chief Financial Officer, Township Clerk, Fire Prevention Bureau, Fire Chief, Superintendent of Water and Sewer, Police Auxiliary, Township Attorney, Superintendent Rockaway Township Public Schools, Transportation Supervisor to the Board, School Board, Radio Officers, Howmet Industry Representatives, Morris Chapter Red Cross Liaison, Tilcon New York Representative, Fire Chief from Picatinny Arsenal, Rockaway Town Square Mall Liaison, and the Star Ledger Representative.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to the council president appointments, these are all for one-year terms ending 12/31/2023. Board of Education Regional, Councilman Brooks. Board of Education Local, Councilwoman Brooks. Citizens Recreation Committee, Councilman Quinn. Citizens Recreation Committee alternate, myself. County Commissioners, Councilman Salberg. County Commissioners alternate, Councilman Witovich. Historical Society, Councilman Friedlander.
Yep.
Library Board of Trustees, Councilman Friedlander. Library Board of Trustees alternate, Councilman Sackett. Morris Council on Older Persons, Councilwoman Noon, and myself. Municipal Alliance Committee, Councilman Friedlander. Senior Citizens Committee, Councilman Sackett, Councilman Quinn, Councilman Friedlander. Local Emergency Planning Council, Councilman Witovich, Councilman Sackett, Councilman Brooks. Vehicle Review Committee, Councilman Quinn, Chair. Councilman Salberg, Councilwoman Noon. And the Ordinance Committee, Councilwoman Brooks, Chair. Councilman Sackett, Councilman Brooks. Moving on to the next item of appointments. These are the mayor's appointments with advice and consent of the council. I'll ask the mayor to read them, and then we will take a motion to vote.
Thank you, Council President. First appointment.
The council may vote on all these appointments as a whole if it's your preference.
And based on that, I'm going to read through them, and if anybody has any questions, we can pull them out. Affordable Housing Officer, 1-year term, ending 2023, Erin Murray. Township Attorney, 1-year term, ending 2023, Yachvano and Perone Esquire. Labor Council, 1-year term, ending 2023, Laddie, Clark and Ryan, LLP. Bond Council, 1-year term, ending 2023, Hawkins, Delafield and Wood, LLP. Municipal Prosecutor, 1-year term, ending 2023, Peter J. King. Public Defender, 1-year term, ending 2023, Joseph O'Toole, Jr. Citizens Recreation Committee, 1-year term, ending 2023, Tom McGinley, Chair, Tim Fortune, Patrick Egan, Jackie Bader, Sean Connolly, Rich Oler, John Lombardo, Thomas Warner, Doug Bratton, and Yoginder Gupta. Conflict Council, 1-year term ending 2023, Andrew Brewer. And my department heads, Allison Ferrante, Al North, Pat Seeger, Lisa Palmieri, Chief McFarland, Rich Bolanew, and Jeff Heitzelman.
Okay, can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Could we vote on some of these separately? Kind of went through them quick a little bit. It's hard to,
Who would you like to pull out?
I'd like to pull out the town attorney and the prosecutor.
Mr. Yachafano, do I need a motion to pull those two out, or I can just pull them out? Okay, so we are going to vote on the group as a whole with the exclusions being the township attorney and township prosecutor. Okay. Can I use the same motion? Okay. Clerk, please take the roll.
Councilman Friedlander?
So we're voting on all of them except.
Everybody except for the attorney and prosecutor.
Yes.
Councilman Brooks?
Yes.
Councilwoman Noon?
Yes.
Councilman Salberg?
Yes.
Councilwoman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilman Sackett,
Yes.
Vice President Quinn,
Yes.
President Kritz.
Yes, that's 8 yeses. The motion passes for that group. Opening up discussion now for the attorney and prosecutor. Mr. Sackett.
Can we just clarify who the nomination was one more time? For that and the prosecutor, please?
For township attorney, it's Yachvano and Perone Esquire, and for municipal prosecutor, it's Peter J. King.
Thank you.
Is there any other discussion? Okay, can I have a motion to approve the township attorney and prosecutor as stated?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, Councilman Quinn, Councilwoman Noon.
Councilman Quinn, Councilwoman Noon.
Clerk, please take the roll.
Councilman Friedlander,
Abstain.
Councilman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noon,
Yes.
Councilman Salberg,
Yes.
Councilwoman Brooks,
Yes.
Vice President Quinn,
Yes.
President Kritz.
Yes. You skipped over
Oh,
Councilman
I
Sackett.
apologize. Councilman Sackett,
No.
Okay, that's 6 yeses, 1 no, 1 abstention. Motion passes. Okay. Moving on to township council appointments. Again, I'll read them all out and then we can discuss. Auditor, 1-year term ending 12/31/23, Nisavaccia and Company LLP. Board of Adjustment, full member, 3-year term ending 12/31/25, Dominic DeCastro. Board of Adjustment, full member, 4-year term ending 12/31/26, James Loftus, Katie Platts. We also have a vacancy. Board of Adjustment, alternate member, 2-year term, alternate 1, Adam Lusardi, expiring 12/31/23. Manuel Diaz, 1-year term expiring 12/31/23. Douglas Strobridge, 2-year term expiring 12/31/24. Carol Lucas, 2-year term expiring 12/31/24. Planning Board, Class 3, 1-year term ending 12/31/22, Councilman Quinn. And Community Development and Revenue Sharing Committee, 1-year term ending 12/31/22, Allison Ferrante. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Please take the roll.
I didn't hear the second.
Adam, I'm sorry. Councilman Salzberg.
And you called for a roll call, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Councilman Friedlander,
Yes.
Councilman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noon,
Yes.
Councilman Salberg,
Yes.
Councilwoman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilman Sackett,
Yes.
Vice President Quinn,
Yes.
President Kritz.
Yes, that's 8 yeses, motion passes. Moving on to the approval of minutes, December 13th, 2022 regular meeting. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
I'll second it.
Clerk, please take the roll.
Councilman Friedlander,
Yes.
Councilman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noon,
Yes.
Councilman Salberg,
Yes.
Councilwoman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilman Sackett,
Yes.
Vice President Quinn,
Yes.
President Kritz.
Yes, that's 8 yeses, motion passes. Okay, moving on to the open to the public portion. Once again, I'll remind, as I call you, please come up to the microphone. Get rid of the podium. Please come up to the microphone, state your name and address for the record. I am also limiting comments to 3 minutes. Ms. Degnan.
Pat Dignan, 88 Valley View Drive. I just wanted to wish everybody a happy and a healthy new year and a prosperous new year for our town. And it's nice to see everybody cooperating with each other.
Thank you. Mr. Waters.
Jim Waters, 48 Seneca Avenue in the township.
I would also like to join Pat in wishing everyone on the council, the administration, and taxpayers of Rockaway Township a healthy, happy, and prosperous New Year's going forward. I don't think a lot of us are going to miss a lot of the year we just saw in passing, so almost anything would be an improvement. I was able to find someone else to dog sit tonight. I'm sure you're all glad I was able to do that. A couple of people had mentioned that they hadn't seen their resident curmudgeon at the meeting.
I'm sorry,
Well,
will you
wrapped.
appoint a resident curmudgeon?
Curmudgeon, yeah.
All right.
I don't have to spell that, right?
No, I got it.
You'll have to use that in a sentence if I have to spell it. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't think I've ever said curmudgeon in a sentence until now. Approved. Ms. Albert?
Happy New Year to everybody. Wanted to take a moment to
Sorry,
talk about.
please name
Oh,
and address
Lisa
for the
Salberg, Tenberg and Hill, still with him. Wanted to take a moment to talk about partnership. Something that happened last night that pretty much the entire world stopped to watch. For the past 27 years, I've been an advocate for public AED, CPR preparedness. This doesn't happen in a vacuum, like a town doesn't run in a vacuum. I came here in 1995 asking for AEDs on the ambulances after my sister's cardiac arrest. There wasn't enough time to save her. In that time, since 1995, I've worked with national experts. I've been part of resuscitation summits from the American Heart Association. I've worked with clinicians, researchers, patient advocates, survivors of cardiac arrest, and all of us together work to change public policy for the better. This changed how we all look at crisis situations in a sports arena, and why I came to this venue 30 years ago almost, and went to the school board in 1999 and asked for AEDs in all of our schools in Rockaway Township. We were early adopters here. We're one of the first in the state and one of the first in the nation to have AEDs in our schools. It took the Hills and Knolls a little longer to do it, but Rockaway Township beat the high schools. So last night you watched a young man collapse from a condition probably called commotio cordis. It's not proven yet, but it's a chest blow to the chest, or a direct blow to the chest in the cardiac cycle, and it causes cardiac arrest, ventricular fibrillation, and death. Hands were on him in 10 seconds. 10 seconds. That's partnership. That's science. That's collaboration. That's planning. Tonight, he's recovering in a hospital, and hopefully he'll have a full recovery because of prompt response. So when we're looking at budgets and we're looking at items that need to be purchased, AEDs are important. They don't get used very often, but when they do, they are literally lifesavers. But we also have to plan. And back in 2011, my nephew, who's a school teacher here in the township, and I worked on a project that we called Drill Dr. Heart. Plays have names on the sports field, so we named this play Dr. Heart, because it wouldn't be confused with anything else. I'm going to be republishing it tomorrow on our website, and I will send it around to everybody. It is an action plan to prepare for cardiac arrest. It helps you literally do a drill. How do you do this? What are the steps? What do you need to know? Somebody goes down, you're all going to panic. We're human, we panic. But if you know the steps, if you know how to call, who to call, what to do, where the AED is, who knows CPR, start it immediately, understand your liability, understand the whole process, it demystifies it. And last night was a perfect example of teamwork, collaboration, science, all coming together and saving a life. So I'm going to send that around. I'm hoping that the town might consider Drill Dr. Hart for its town employees, and not just the ones in this building, the guys who are remote as well. They need an action plan. And I'd like to get it all into the schools. So I'm working on some national legislative initiatives on the state level, but we kind of sunsetted the program because we thought everybody had the message. But after what happened last night, people don't all have the message. They're not all prepared. The NFL was prepared. And I think it was a wake-up call for everybody. So always be prepared and always work together. Thanks.
Thank you. I'd also like to point out that this council last year, with the help of administration, also saw to the placement of 17 AEDs at every sports and practice facility in town. So to the point where Denville is now actually considering it, and they asked us for some information to help them along with their process. So we are on it. Okay, is there anybody from the public who did not fill out the form that wishes to speak? Please state your name and address for the record.
Hello, I'm Assemblywoman Ora Dunn, and I hate having my back to the public and the public here, but I don't know if you need a little revolver. I just really wanted to come and say congratulations to those newly installed or reinstalled, and to wish you a happy new year. Ms. Solberg, you're a hard act to follow, okay? But it is about teamwork, it's about partnership, it's about responsiveness, and I want all of you to know that I hope to fulfill all of those things as your Assemblywoman. So if I can state on the record my email address, aswdunn, D-U-N-N, @njleg.org, and my number, 908-955-7228. I'm always a call or an email away, and look forward to a great year ahead. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else from the public that wishes to speak? Okay. Moving on to agenda item 19A, ordinances to introduce. Ordinance O-23-01, ordinance providing for the interior restoration and roof replacement of the Fort Fayette House by the Township of Rockaway in the County of Morris, New Jersey, and appropriating $179,272, therefore constituting proceeds of a grant from the County of Morris, New Jersey. Can I have a motion?
So move. Seconded.
Clerk, please take the roll.
Councilman Friedlander,
Yes.
Councilman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noon,
Yes.
Councilman Solberg,
Yes.
Councilwoman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilman Sackett,
Yes.
Vice President Quinn,
Yes.
President Kritz.
Yes, that's 8 yeses. Motion passes. Ordinance O-23-02, ordinance providing for the improvement of the water supply and distribution system in and by the Township of Rockaway in the County of Morris, New Jersey, and appropriating $880,570.93, therefore constituting proceeds of obligations of the township heretofore issued. Can I have a motion?
So move. Seconded.
Clerk, please take the roll.
Councilman Friedlander,
Yes.
Councilman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noon,
Yes.
Councilman Solberg,
Yes.
Councilwoman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilman Sackett,
Yes.
Vice President Quinn,
Yes.
President Kritz.
Yes, that's 8 yeses, motion passes. Okay, item C, O-23-03, ordinance repealing certain sections, chapters of the revised general ordinances of the Township of Rockaway, County of Morris, State of New Jersey. Can I have a motion?
So move. I'll second that.
I just want to reflect that in the agenda here, it had O-2301 and O-2302 both listed as A, so it should be AB. I know this says B, but this should be C, O-2303.
Okay,
It's just,
I don't, okay,
just.
I'll correct it.
C.
Yeah.
B, C. Okay. Let the record reflect, it's only my copy. Okay, we have the motion in the second. Please take the roll.
Okay, Councilman Friedlander,
Yes.
Councilman Brooks.
No.
That was it, no, correct? Councilwoman Noon,
Yes.
Councilman Solberg,
Yes.
Councilwoman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilman Sackett,
No.
Vice President Quinn,
Yes.
President Kritz.
Yes, that's 6 yeses, 2 noes. Motion passes. O-23-04, an ordinance granting to Pondview Estates, Inc., a signed easement within the Rockaway Township right-of-way at the intersection of Pondview Drive and Union Turnpike. Before we take the motion, I'm going to ask Ms. Ferrante just to give a short explanation of this. Sorry to put you on the spot.
No. Thank you, Council President. Pondview Estates has come in front of the planning board in the past for the site development of 1,050 units. And in their appearance in front of the planning board, they neglected to have a site sign. They have a temporary one up there currently, and where they'd like to place it is in our right-of-way. So we need council's authorization to place this sign in our right-of-way, and then Pondview goes back in front of the planning board to permit the sign.
Okay, so just to clarify, this does not approve the sign, this gives them the opportunity to go in front of the planning board.
Correct.
Okay. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Councilwoman Noon with the second. Clerk, please take the roll.
Councilman Friedlander,
Yes.
Councilman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noon,
Yes.
Councilman Solberg,
Yes.
Councilwoman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilman Sackett,
Yes.
Vice President Quinn,
Yes.
President Kritz.
Yes, that's 8 yeses, motion carries. Okay, moving on to consent agenda. All right, good. Buckle up. A, R-23-04, B, R-23-05, C, R-23-06, D, R-23-07, E, R-23-08, F, R-23-09, G, R-23-10, H, R-23-11, I, R-23-12, J, R-23-13, K, R-23-14, L, R-23-15, M, R-23-16, N, R-23-17, O, R-23-18, P, R-23-19, Q, R-23-20, R, R-23-21, S, R-23-22, T, R-23-23, U, R-23-24, V, R-23-25, W, R-23-26, X, R-23-27, Y, R-23-28, Z, R-23-29, AA, R-23-30, BB, R-23-31, and CC, R-23-32. Can I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Is there any discussion? Clerk, please take the roll.
Councilman Friedlander,
Yes.
Councilman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noon,
Yes.
Councilman Solberg,
Yes.
Councilwoman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilman Sackett,
Yes.
Vice President Quinn,
Yes.
President Kritz.
Yes, that's 8 yeses. Motion carries. Resolutions for a separate vote. R-23-33, adopt the Township Council Annual Meeting Schedule. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Councilman Quinn and Salberg, any discussion?
Yes, Council President?
Yes.
On the schedule, I know in the past, we have never had the summer meetings and the second meeting in December. Last year, I'm pretty sure we didn't put them on the schedule, and this year we are. Just seeing why we're putting them on there. If they end up getting canceled anyway, it'd be nice for the public to know that they weren't on the schedule already.
It's a good question. For public noticing, we should put them on there. It's always easier to put them on and then cancel it later, as opposing to have to re-notice. Am I correct?
Yeah, last year we noticed them all,
And
and
then
then we did a resolution
to
at the
cancel.
next meeting to take the dates off.
I remember that too. So we can, at a future meeting,
I don't know if you can do that now, John.
we could bring that up at another meeting. But again, it's easier to notice the entire year now and then cancel as needed. If we wanted to take them off, we're gonna end up probably doing it anyway. We can bring it up at the next meeting.
Also,
Take them off now, he said. Put cancel next to it.
You can do whatever you want.
we'll leave it for now, and we can come back to it.
Also, on there is a March 4th, a budget meeting. Didn't seem like there was any discussion or anything. It is on a Saturday. I don't know if we can have some discussion on it. I know, looking at my schedule, I'm unable to attend that day. So I'd like to maybe have some discussion, some dates thrown around before we just put a Saturday meeting on there. You know, it is Saturday, it's Shabbos, and be nice, I have services to attend that day. It'd be nice to have it another day. Thank you.
The reason that we have it on Saturday, if you guys remember last year, instead of doing multiple weeknight meetings where it's very hard to coordinate everybody, all of the town employees and the council to come together for multiple meetings, it was better for us to have one single meeting. That is the same weekend we did it last year, which is why we chose the same date.
Could we look at maybe a Sunday or a different day? I cannot attend. That's just, just saying.
So, Mr. Yatrofano, if we approve it now, can we change the date later if we need be? So if we, between now and our next meeting, if we come up with an alternate date, that would not be a concern? No. Okay. So, we'll leave it for now, we'll discuss it, and then, if we come up with a more conducive date, then we'll put that out there. Thing is,
Sunday, you do the 11th.
well, again, the other thing we have to keep in mind is it's not just us, it's all of the department heads, there's a lot of other people to coordinate. No one date is gonna be good for everybody. So if it works for you, it may not work for somebody else, so we're trying to find the best date that's good for the largest group of people. We can always, if we have to change it, we can
And
change it.
just keep in mind, there's a time frame from the state for budget.
If we're gonna change it, it'll be by the next meeting in 2 weeks.
No, but she doesn't want you to book it later than
No,
that.
later than March, but like, we have to be careful with the March date.
So if anything, it will be prior to that.
It has to be within a certain time.
Okay, we'll discuss it. Will the budget books be ready by then?
They should be ready in February.
Okay. So we did last year.
We will-
Okay, so we had Councilman Quinn with a motion, Councilman Solberg with a second. Can I have please take the roll.
Councilman Friedlander,
Yes.
Councilman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noon,
Yes.
Councilman Solberg,
Yes.
Councilwoman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilman Sackett,
Yes.
Vice President Quinn,
Yes.
President Kritz.
Yes, that's 8 yeses, motion carries. All right, moving on to old business, new business. Again, try to keep it to 5 minutes or less. Let's start with Councilwoman New.
No report, I just want to wish everyone a happy and healthy new year and happy 2023. Thank you.
Councilman Brooks.
Same here, no report at this time. Hope everyone had a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and a good New Year, and looking forward to seeing the budget book, and looking forward to getting this year as a good year.
Councilman Sackett.
Thank you, Council President. If you think back, just a couple weeks ago, we had the menorah lighting at Town Hall. It was very nice, and I was honored, and thank you to the mayor for letting me lead that in the prayers. I really appreciate that. And the New Year's Day firemen swearing in a couple days ago, myself and the mayor were there, and Councilman Brooks made it for picture time, so good to see him for that. And just want to wish everyone a happy new year. I'm looking forward to moving ahead on a lot of the projects that the mayor had mentioned during his speech. Thank you.
Councilman Solberg.
No report today. My apologies for my voice. Just congratulations, Vice President Quinn, President Kritz, and we look forward to working together for 2023. Thank you.
Councilwoman Brooks.
I just want to thank the administration for sitting down with me and explaining how the tree process and everything works with GCP&L and, bad trees, good trees, all that stuff. So I do appreciate it. And the neighborhood is very happy and they understand and we're all going to work together. So once again, Happy New Year to everybody. That's all.
Councilman Friedlander.
Okay, just one quick question on old business.
Now, with the appointments that you mentioned, Mayor, we had applications. I recognized a lot of the old names that were continuing on the committees. Have any of the applications come in with new people that were added?
Yes, they were added.
Whoever put in.
Whoever put in them, we added. So, yeah, so there are some people that were recurring. We got one today, but it wasn't a formal application. It was just an email. Yeah, it was late, but we can add them at any point, yeah.
Well,
I'd
better
like-
late than never.
Hmm?
Better late than never.
Right, yeah. So I just gotta have him send his resume and all that.
Okay, I was just curious as far as
Yep.
that, because I recognized a lot of the names.
Yep.
But I don't remember, if
I don't
the
think
new
we've
ones.
turned anybody down.
Well, that's a good thing. Okay, as far as committee reports, it was quiet for December because of weather and everybody running around. But I just want to say that a couple of committees, the Substance Abuse Alliance, will be celebrating their 25th anniversary in town this year. So there's a lot planned for them. The county made the Historical Society very happy with additional funding. They still have the check for the one before that, but everything with COVID, prices went up, and to get things done, just like 10 times the amount. So they're working on things of what they're prioritizing to see what they can do with this money, it's a nice amount now. So hopefully that'll be good. Otherwise, we finished 2022 better than it started, and we're looking forward to a great 23. Happy and a healthy one.
Just to note, the appointments that we put you on were the easier ones that we did. So I know you put in a lot of time at the library and the Historical Society, Municipal Alliance. I just want to let you know it's appreciated.
Thank you. I
I know you did. Council Vice President?
Thank you. Well, as everybody has said, I hope everybody had a great New Year, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. But this year, I am especially looking forward to seeing the kids on the turf field, playing lacrosse, soccer, whatever, baseball is even eligible to play on that field. So I'm looking forward to seeing that field optimized to the height that it can be. And I'm very happy that this council works well together with the mayor and administration. Administration, thank you for everything you did last year, and looking forward to working with you in the coming year, and also looking forward to the budget. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you. And just to echo that, I just, wish everybody Happy New Year. And it's just a pleasure to be in a very collaborative group. Like I said, you saw some disagreements tonight, but they're professional disagreements where everybody respects everybody's opinions. And I know that over the years, that always hasn't been present, and it's actually a little refreshing to see. So thank you, everybody. Mr. Mayor?
Thank you, Council President. Few things people like to recognize first. Senator Bucco passed his regards. He was going to try and come tonight, but he was swearing in somebody, I believe in Bedminster, somewhere like that. So, Assemblywoman Dunn giving out your phone number is funny because you don't need her phone number. She's at every event we have. So, right, she's a big proponent of Rockaway Township, and we greatly appreciate that. And Rabbi Herson, your invocation is just amazing and very moving, as everything you say is, so I appreciate that. I'd like to start with a business recognition. Designed Well to Sell, a home staging and design company. Owner Michelle Sarkisian is a home staging certified professional. Michelle and her husband have been residents of Rockaway Township for 2000. They have a daughter who graduated from Morris Knowles in 2020 and is now attending Purdue University. She's going to become an airline pilot like her father. Michelle's passion for interior design began when she purchased their first fixer-upper home in 2000. Her desire to improve the home for her family resulted in a multiple offer sale in 2013 within a day of the listing. It's actually right on the corner from your mom's house. When the time came to sell her subsequent house, the staging she created for the sale complements both realtors and a photographer. Michelle once again received multiple offers and sold the house quickly after a bidding war. She discovered the benefits of home staging through successful personal experiences. Michelle's mission at Design Well to Sell is taking your vision for your home from an idea to reality. She assists her clients with enhancing the interior of their home to maximize its value for the upcoming sale or redesigning the space within the home to best fit the client's lifestyles. Michelle achieves these goals by introducing a fresh perspective to existing spaces and helping her clients bring out the best expression of their home's character. Michelle proudly serves customers throughout northern and central New Jersey as well as surrounding areas. Please visit our Facebook page and our website to learn more about her business. Next, and she planned on coming tonight, was feeling a little under the weather, so wisely stayed home. Next, I'd like to do a couple employee recognitions. We just talked about our Dial-A-Ride program, so I wanted to read a couple letters. Hello, Mayor Jackson. Yesterday's Dial-A-Ride was great and well organized by Veronica and drivers Kevin and Brian. My 93-year-old mom also had a nice time. I hope that'll be done again next year. Merry Christmas. Mayor Jackson, thank you very much for the great seniors program and Dial-A-Ride. My husband and I are grateful for this program because we don't drive. All the employees are very kind, helpful. Veronica is absolutely caring person. Last night, December 21st, the tour to see all the Christmas decorations around town was great. We really enjoyed. Hope we'll continue with more events. So just little things like that our team members are doing to really impact people's lives. So very excited to read those. So now I wanted to read, I talked earlier about a couple of committees. So I would like to now announce the formation of two new ad hoc committees. The committees are intended to provide community input to me and my administrative team. Over the next few weeks, we'll be finalizing the mission statement of these committees along with the membership composition. The first is going to be called the Mayor's Public Safety Committee. This committee will be headed up by Councilman Witovich and Councilman Sackett. It will be comprised of two members of the police command staff as selected by me, our fire director, and members of the public from different regions of Rockaway Township. These members will be selected by me on an annual basis. The overall mission of this committee will be to meet with different community leaders, residents, and religious leaders to solicit feedback on their public safety. The goal will be to have actionable recommendations provided to me and my administration. The second committee is going to be called the Water Quality Committee. The committee will be headed by Councilman Salberg and Councilman Friedlander. It will be comprised of our municipal engineer, our superintendent of water, and members of the public from our various lake communities. These members will be selected by me on an annual basis. The overall mission of the committee will be to review and discuss overall water quality concerns within each lake community. And again, the goal will be to have actionable recommendations provided to me and my administration. So I just want to point out and make sure everybody notes that these committees are, bipartisan committees driven by members of our community working and soliciting feedback from members of our community. So I'm excited to announce those. More information to come on that. A couple other things. We're looking at potentially apps. Brian Coward is exploring for me apps like a Rockaway Township app you could download on your phone. So we're exploring opportunities to do something like that. I think Councilwoman Brooks had showed me something, was it Summit or some other town has some type of Springfield. I knew it was with an S. Had an app for their town. So we're going to kind of explore to see if we could do something similar, increasing community engagement, making it easier for our residents. I think everybody has a smartphone now versus going on a website. I'm going to be starting video blogs. So that's going to be starting towards the end of January. We'll see how that goes. I did want to let everybody know there was a significant fire today on Mount Hope Road, Mount Hope Avenue, outside of, is it Rustic Ridge Apartments. We had no injuries to our staff. We had one minor injury, but it turned out to be okay. So all of our equipment and all of our volunteers are healthy and safe, and the fire has been was extinguished with the help of, I believe, Dover and Picatinny Arsenal. And then I just wanted to go through some things that have happened since our last meeting. On the 15th, I swore in 2 new Class 3 officers, and we talk about school security and public safety. So that's a big piece of it, is getting those police officers in the schools. Thanks to Ray Velez and Pastor Ireland from Christ Church, my wife and I attended their Christmas concert or holiday concert, Miraculous, and it was amazing. Councilman Witovich was there with his family. It was really meaningful and well, incredibly done. It's like a Broadway show. On the 17th, there was a Toys for Tots event hosted by the Morris GOP that we attended and brought some toys. Birchwood Fire Truck, Santa was toting Santa and Mrs. Claus around the Birchwood section of town that day. So something we've tried to never miss. I believe our daughter was home with our dogs and got some biscuits for the dogs. We actually attended the wake of Daniel Amianda. He was a longtime public servant. He was a member of the Rockaway Township, the Mount Olive Township Council, and he passed away shortly before Christmas, and it's a real loss to their community in Mount Olive, so I wanted to recognize that. The American Legion had a phenomenal breakfast that was, I believe, the Reservoir Tavern catered. The food was amazing, really good, great people there. We had a marriage at Town Hall on the 19th, and then the menorah lighting, and Councilman Sackett did a great job with the prayers, but even better, dancing. I was getting short-winded, and Rabbi Herson has much better dance moves than me, for sure. So that was a lot of fun. And then what was really cool is then on the 21st, we did another menorah lighting up in Lake Telemark for the Jewish community up there, and it was nice, and it was well attended up there too. So that was good. And then on the 1st, as Councilman Sackett recognized, we swore in Chief Russo, Deputy Chief D'Amico, and then the rest of the assistant fire chiefs who announced their officers for this upcoming year. And I think the partnership we have with our volunteers has really been growing. And then yesterday there was a grand opening of a new business in Rockaway Borough, right? It's the borough, but it's, part of Rockaway. Skylands Pharmacy on Route 46. It's by that food market, past the bowling alley and all in Rockaway Borough. Two of the guys that are running it, I believe, live in Rockaway Township, the two pharmacists. So we met down there with Mayor Mulligan and got to welcome them to the area. So that's all I have for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Yoshifano?
Thank you, Council President. The council has received, I hope that every member of the council has received an annual report. If you have any questions on anything that's contained in that report or anything that we've been doing over the past year or may do this year, you know where to find me. Rabbi Herson, it's good to see you after our missing period. I want to tell you that I always enjoy the addresses that you put together for us. They are meaningful, and it is kind of you to be here. In fact, if you have any extra time on your schedule, I can speak to a couple of parishes down around Morristown who need some help with their homilies. Mayor, thank you for nominating our firm. For me, this represents the 15th or so year in Rockaway Township. Your nomination is appreciated, as is the approval of the council for our position as township attorneys. John and Manny, I know you wanted to vote first, so don't worry about that. Other than that, I have nothing else but to wish all of you a happy and healthy new year.
Ms. Seeger?
I'd like to congratulate both the president and the vice president. Looking forward to working with everybody up there, and the mayor for appointing us, having the confidence to appoint the staff again. We appreciate it, and happy and healthy new year.
Thank you. Ms. Palmieri?
Yeah, I also would like to wish everyone a happy and healthy new year, and I look forward to working with all of you in 2023. Thank you.
Thank you. You guys are making up time from Joe's. Mr. Coward?
I'll just echo the sentiments. Congratulations and Happy New Year.
Hey, Mr. Tappan?
Just a happy and healthy new year to the governing body and to the public, and I too look forward to working with you.
Pressure's on, Ms. Ronto.
Ditto.
Nice. Well done. Chief? Mr. Knopf? Mr. Fury? Nice. Mr. Dyer? Thank you. Okay, we're going to be moving on to an executive session. Before I read it, we're going to go to an executive session. This is our last agenda item. We'll be in a session, we're going to set it at 30 minutes. If we're going to be past 30 minutes, we will then come out and announce that we're going to be in there for an extended period of time. Once we are done with the executive session, we are going to come in here and adjourn. And make a motion, maybe. Possibly, maybe, it could happen. Okay, executive session R-23-34, resolution authorizing an executive closed session in accordance with the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10-4-6, to discuss contract negotiations. Can I have a motion?
So moved. Seconded.
Take the roll.
Councilman Friedlander?
Yes.
Councilman Brooks?
Yes.
Councilwoman Young?
Yes.
Councilman Solberg?
Yes.
Councilwoman Brooks?
Yes.
Councilman Sackett?
Yes.
Vice President Quinn?
Yes.
President Kritz?
Yes, that's 8 yeses. We will be back in half an hour. motion to come back from the closed session, right? All right.
Motion to come out of closed session.
I almost timed it perfect. I told my husband to pick me up at 8:45.
There you go.
Now?
Go tell him.
We can wait. Are you kidding?
All right, can I have a motion to come back and close the session?
So moved. Second.
Mr. Councilman Solberg, second. Clerk, please take the roll.
Councilman Friedlander?
Yes.
Councilman Brooks?
Yes.
Councilwoman Noon?
Yes.
Councilman Solberg?
Yes.
Councilwoman Brooks?
Yes.
Councilman Sackett?
Yes.
Councilman, or Vice President Quinn?
Yes.
President Kritz?
Yes, that's 8 yeses. I'd like to make a motion on the memorandum of agreement as discussed in the closed session. Can I have a second?
Second.
Who was the first?
I made the motion.
Oh.
You made the motion.
I apologize first.
Please take the roll.
Councilman Friedlander?
Yes.
Councilman Brooks?
Yes.
Councilwoman Noon?
Yes.
Councilman Solberg?
Yes.
Councilwoman Brooks?
Yes.
Councilman Sackett?
Half an hour.
Yes.
Right on time?
Yeah, perfect. Councilman Sackett. Vice President Quinn?
Yes.
President Kritz?
Yes, that's 8 yeses. Motion passes. Thank you, everybody. Motion to adjourn. All in favor?
So moved.
Thank you very much. Next meeting is January 17th.
There you go. Get to work now.
Nice job.
Whoa.